What do you think we can look forward to?
Well, main things first. I don't think it's going to be a very strat-heavy game, even though it is quite an important game for both teams. I don't see strats being that commonly used. Ban-wise, I'm going to go probably with the Jackal, the Monty, maybe even the Ying, depending on the pick rate of Apollo. But for your standard ones, your annoying operations, you don't really want to go against more than anything.
Yeah. Well, Jackal's going to get taken off first, and he's been pretty much the top banned operator, obviously next to Thatcher, this season, so no real surprise there. What do you think is likely to be the rest of the bans coming out here? Do you think he'll be
I'm probably going to go with
ranked?
Monty.
Monty?
Yeah, standard ranked bans. I'm going to go with probably a Monty or a Ying. Blackbeard. Wow. Safe to say I wasn't expecting that one.
That shows you.
Anyway, defensive-wise, Mira quite a helpful operator on this map, pretty much on all sites, so Mira probably going to be the one I'm expecting banned, and then again, sort of a throwaway ban, someone you don't want to go against like Clash.
Right. Well, we've got Valkyrie. That makes sense due to the outside intel. Obviously, that's good. I expect to see her ban rate drop a little bit when they bring in next season and the cameras lose connection after 10 seconds outside. I think she'll still be strong, but I think we'll probably see her a little bit less, certainly on maps like Coastline and Consulate, for example. Not the Consulate's really in the map pool, but... And there's the mirror ban you talked about. Hey.
Yeah. There we go.
Well done, Mr. Pace. Well done, Mr. Pace.
At least we got two of them right.
All right. So... Apollo versus AVR Gaming. Now, if you're new to the stream or have been here for a while and just have no idea what the two numbers at the top of the screen mean, where it says 9 and 10, that is the current position on the standings of these two teams. So Apollo is currently number 9th and AVR Gaming is number 10th. At the end of this season, or at least at the end of this week, 10th position automatically drops out of the league. 9th position will have to play a relegation game against the second place team from next season's qualifier tournament. So an important game, at least for Apollo, because they want to try and escape having to play that game. 6 picks. Gridlock being swapped for Hibana and Tachanka swapped out for Jaeger. What do you reckon to that, Mr. Pace?
Oh yeah, to be honest, I wasn't expecting, either Gridlock or Tachanka to be played. No. I don't understand why they've used that 6 pick though. I mean, you could have gone for something less predictable than Tachanka or less predictable than Gridlock. I mean, you don't see those ops really in play at all. But yeah, I mean, it's a 6 pick. At least you're not playing with 2 ops.
Well, you say that, but we saw Alpenfestung last week playing Tachanka every single round against Swing or Be Swung, and it worked incredibly well. And it did earn Alpenfestung a 7-0 against Sobs. And Sobs are, they're not a shabby team. So Tachanka has his place, but a lot of people don't use him. I think he's become so much more viable now. It would be nice to see him get more use. When it comes to competitive and his area deniability, I think he's actually really overlooked in our competitive scene right now because there's just so much you can do for area denial. I mean, we know, of course, that on this site, Aquarium, plant right here. All you need, Tachanka, back here, late game, hold on top of the wall, just fire that Zamika launcher all the way over, completely deny the push. And you can do that for like, what, a minute to a minute and a half? So, I think he's overlooked. I think he's overlooked.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of agree with the overlooked aspect, but it will take a skill player to use him and use him properly. And speaking of you playing properly, that's 2 picks already.
Yeah, we're going to see Slams get 1, and Samu is going to get a refrag, but we are in a 4 versus 2 already, and Apollo have done a lot of damage here so far. Looney and Samu, the last 2 players left, with Samu ridiculously low on health, as Looney's going to hold the angle there on to Finker, and he does manage to get that pick. So, evening things out a little bit, but still in huge favor here of Apollo, especially when you look at the health bar of Samu. I was kind of surprised to see Hibana come into play, but wanting to open up that quad wall, it kind of makes sense. It's become a thing to open that quad wall. It always used to be a thing, right, Pace, where you just didn't bring hard breach to Coastline, but now it's changing.
Yeah. I sort of agree. Yeah, you sort of your standard push beat, run in Uka, get the plant down.
Ooh, no, Apollo are throwing it away. That's the triple kill for Samu. As we do see, was that Cams or was it Slams? It was Slams, I think, trying to push it. Oh, Jay got booted. Beautiful wall bang there from him. And he's in a 1 versus 1 now with diffuser in hand against Samu, who is playing downstairs. Whole minute and a half left on the clock. This plant is going to be successful, and that's really going to put the time constraints here on Samu, as he's going to have 37 seconds to find that last player, hit that diffuser. He's looking at Aquarium into default plant, but it's going to be a tricky push here for him. Okay, so diffuser has been bound. The space checking everything, but Jay got booted, is going to manage to pick up the kill. And first round is going to go to Apollo after a very shaky, well, it was a strong start for Apollo, then it got shaky, but Jay got booted, managed to clutch it up. What do you make of that one then?
Yeah, I was going to say, it was a bit of an odd attack, I'll give it that. You'd saw like the rush. You had sort of 2 consecutive rushes downstairs. You had one over by main lobby, one over by office. Don't be wrong, both went quite successfully for the side of Apollo. That was 2 frags straight away, but one of them was retraded. Well, sorry, refragged out. Again, bit shaky midway through. Apollo had that lead. They sort of threw it down a bit, but you know, late game they got the plant down, and Capcom with no C4 unfortunately to make a push against the Habana, holding a very odd angle to try and attack. So yeah. Apollo taking that one.
Well, we're going to see the 6-pick now from Castle onto Thunderbird, and I'm pleased with how much play we've seen Thunderbird get in leagues. I always like, I've talked about this before, but I do always like it when we see new ops actually come into play. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Osa in next seasons of competitive when Osa's allowed. She's a very interesting operator. I played her a fair bit, and at first it felt like, my God, she's just unbeatable. You just walk in with a shield, you stick it down, you plant behind it, and easy wins. That's how it felt in like the first week. But then there became points where I had the shield in front of me and I was just dying. And it's like, what's going on? How is this happening? But much like Blitz, you can actually shoot the feet of Osa underneath that shield when she's crouch walking with the shield in front of her. So she isn't unbeatable. She isn't unbeatable. It's just working out how you're going to do it. Just working out how you're going to do it. So what kind of attack would you expect to see here on Kitchen Service, Mr. Pace?
Well, main thing is, even though they're pushing over by office and most likely over by aquarium, personally I'd be expecting a VIP take. Sort of your standard one, you sort of, oh, that's going to be 1 frag already. It's Hayden's finding, I believe that was Rookie, over by office. So yeah, main thing is VIP take, get the soft destruction, get those holes opened, then sort of try and get one breach open or go for that plant open service.
Well, it looks like we're getting the opposite to that. We are getting a blue bar and sunrise take here, it seems, as they push through the office. So you said service entrance, right? So I guess they could still, they could still rotate around and get there at the last moment if they want a backup plan, I suppose. But at the moment, it is very heavily concentrated here on blue bar. Ulysses has lost a fair bit of health, but Jay got booted, is going to continue fragging out. I'm starting to wonder if this is actually Jay on the account, because this isn't his role. He doesn't frag. He is capable, but he's doing unusual work for Jay got booted at this moment in time. It's normally the likes of Cams and Hayden, I expect, and Ulysses to a degree, actually, to be doing this kind of frag work. But Jay is just getting stuck in and doing what's needed. 5 versus 3. Apollo in the lead as we have 2 players holding hard on firm on site, with one just playing back here in the bathroom, just waiting for someone to push in, because this is common. It's going to see the head of Fink on open fire. Lionheads or Slams does go down to half health, almost down to 10 HP, as Jay got booted, does loot a load as well. And walls are going to get opened, and the push is starting to get set up here by Apollo, and it looks like it might be a jump in through kitchen window. So Cam's getting kills, AVR Looney, the last man left standing. Cams does get taken out of play. Ulysses is going to start the plant. It's going to be successful. It's by the window. It's not known by Looney. C4 is going to get sent out, but it's not going to do the work. He needed to send it 2 seconds earlier than he did as we get back to Looney, but I'm just a little bit too late as Slams gets that kill. And he manages to put the second one in the wing column for Apollo here after the... Come on now. I'm not sure that was...
Teabags.
I'm not sure that was worth a teabag, but fair enough, fair enough. What did you make of that one, Pace?
Well, yeah, more than anything, it was way more structured than the last attack is, even though it's completely against what I said at the beginning of the round. They attempted to make push through, and they did. Unfortunately, defenders straight away, I think that was Rookie that got picked off of by Office and Blue Bar. Bit of a shaky roaming atmosphere from the defense, but Apollo on the attack, they gained control. They found a couple of early frags. They, eventually got those breaches open, and sort of within like a minute, they began to take control.
Right.
Found the way into sight, and took the round.
Yeah, like you say, it was much more structured than the first. I felt like the first round was kind of like an exercise in just trying to make a strong, aggressive push. Pretty old school Apollo, to be fair. Not really this roster Apollo, but old school Apollo. I was going to say it didn't work. I mean, they won the round, but I don't think the aggressive push really worked. In the end, it was just whittling down the numbers and Jay taking his time getting that win. That round, I think, was a little bit different, like you say. It was much more structured. They pushed in, droning for each other, getting the intel they needed, slowly pushing their way through, taking control of one side of the map, and then just jumping in through the window once they'd cleared out and getting that plant down, and it worked in their favor. So that was a much better round from Apollo. And to be fair, when we saw Apollo play against Reborn early in the league, they did very, very well when it came to structured attacks. It's just Reborn outgunned them when it got to the dying moments of the round. So I expect if Apollo can play like that and continue to play this way, we are going to see an Apollo win here. But it's not impossible for Avenger. Let's see what they manage to do.
So yeah, seems to be a push over by the bars downstairs. You do have, I believe that is Semu. I can't see it properly, but it's definitely the cap can over in Pink Bar. Just firing a couple shots off over at Sauna Door. Now it looks to be there's going to be a slight attack from the from Apollo over by Office as Capcan now rotates out. And they're now going to be trying to gain control. 1+ going onto the rappel over on the main window.
Yeah, so it looks like Apollo trying to just shut down any roams up the top, but there isn't really anyone up there. Well, we've got two players. We've got one guy here. This is this Echo? No, sorry, Echo. What am I saying? It's Vigil. Samu with the... Oh, no. Samu with the kill from the EDD. We know there's a player down below. Ulysses knows there's one up above, and he is going to get that frag. Beautiful headshot from him as he evens it out. 4 versus 4 with 1 minute 40 seconds still left to go. 7 drones still on the board, so good drone economy here coming out from Apollo. Not much utility left in terms of frag power. They've lost all of their grenades already and not got any kills from them, but they do still have plenty of smokes and stuns which can be deployed at any time to enter into a room or block plants and all that kind of business. Samu does get spotted and they know he's on the flank. We can see a player from Apollo coming around to try and nip that in the bud. Ooh. Ulysses sees Samu in the double door and is going to open fire as Cams gets dropped by Mozzie playing upstairs in Aquarium. So that's things looking much more in AVR's favor as they get another one. So 4 versus 2 here with 50 seconds still left to go on the clock. We've got the attackers looking around now, trying to watch those flanks, trying to work out where these Avenger Gaming players are before they start their push. The head of one is spotted. The head is just going to stay there and not... like, his head was being shot at and he still just sat there in the same position. His reactions are as slow as mine, as Jay is going to take a whole load of damage from that player as he pushes out aggressively, and Ulysses is going to feel the force of Mozzie pushing right up to that blue bar wall, but he does get picked off by Ulysses. Things looking pretty bad right now as we get to the last 20 seconds for Apollo. They got less players and much less health and no diffuser, having to play for kills here. Jay got booted absolutely miles away. Is going to jump in through the window and get picked off by Zyklon, just crouched, or laid down rather, in that window. As soon as Jay jumps in, there we go. Easy pick for him, and that is the first round on the board for Avenger Gaming.
Second, yeah, I'm here, sorry. Yes, I'm back. So yeah, again, it seemed to be a structured attack from Apollo. They were able to sort of clear that Capcan out over by Pink Bar very early on, but it didn't pay off. They managed to get control, but eventually it sort of came down to gun skill with AVR coming out on top. They found picks quite early on. I think that's what primarily set them in, especially sort of mid-round when they found there was like 2 free picks, and it was That's, well, you know, a couple of like really influential operators just taken out of play. So yeah.
So as we go into round number 4, are you still backing Apollo on this one, Pace?
I'm gonna say for the moment, yeah, I am. I can see AVR coming back from this. Don't get me wrong, they're still playing pretty well. They have just picked up their first round, but I'm still backing Apollo.
Now, as we go back up to Hookah and Billiards, I say back up, we haven't actually... Oh no, we did play here once. We played here in the first round. And it was won by the attack, so AVR decided to come back here this time and give it another crack, because they've played Kitchen twice and have managed to win it. They are going to come back upstairs to Hookah Billiards and try again. They've got an interesting extended hold over here into VIP, which is actually a very common push for a lot of teams. However, you can't neglect Aquarium because this default plant spot is still the plant that a lot of teams go for. And Apollo historically have been that kind of team that will just push in and try for a plant right here. It's the kind of thing that they would do. And I would assume if they've got the intel, they would probably try it anyway because they look here and say, we've got magnets, we've got reinforcements, we've got shields, we've got all sorts of stuff going on here. Why waste time going for that utility when we could just go in from the other side? But it looks like we are going to get a start on the first floor and have a bit of a roam clear here, Mr. Pace.
Looks as if it is, yeah. I can't be bothered with that. Leonard's got Finker pushing over by service, drawing themselves in now. Got sort of a split push. You've got someone over by, I believe that's out or office, maybe underneath, and someone over by pink bar. So clearing the bottom floor seems to be the priority at the moment. Most likely because they're going to be going for a plan.
Yeah, what you kind of want to do here is get control of blue bar. If you're going for a default plant up here, you want control of blue. You want holes in the floor that allow you to watch that diffuser once it's been set. And that looks like what we are getting set up here from Apollo. We've got Ash who'll be opening up those holes and looking out from underneath. So they'll want to clear that out downstairs as they make their way upstairs to get that plant down in a default spot. We still have a 5 versus 5 minute half in the round. No one has been taken out of play. We've got one player here in Aquarium who is just sitting and watching, waiting for something to happen. Jay got booted, is going to expose himself and drop that diffuser outside on the balcony, and that isn't what is wanted here by Apollo. Diffuser is going to get pinged, letting the rest of AVR know, hey, we got diffuser out here, let's keep an eye on it, as Samu manages to pick off Hayden. Oh, he almost gets the one on double window, but Ulysses gets that refrag, ending Samu's reign of terror, but Ulysses isn't going to survive for much longer after that, as Looney gets that trade, leaving us with just Cams and Slams left in a 2 versus 3, as Slams does manage to pick off one. So starting to even things out, but Slams ridiculously low on health. In fact, 0 health now, as Cams is left all on his own with a minute left still on the clock. And AVR look like they're going to pull this back and make it a nice even 2-2 at the end of round number 4. But let's see if Cams can pull off the clutch of a lifetime. We did see Alpen Festung pulling off 2 1 versus 3s yesterday. Let's see if... okay. Never mind. I was ready to hype up Cams and then he got shot.
And that happened.
Yeah. So, Avenger turning it around. Penthouse and Theatre is going to be the next site to get played because Kitchen and Hookah are both closed. A lot of people have always disliked Penthouse and Theatre, but now with the changes to VIP, I think it should be a lot more popular because it's much easier to extend your hold into VIP. Have you played Penthouse and Theatre much, Pace, since the rework?
Not in competitive or ranked, really. I don't really play ranked much, but not really in competitive. I can say sort of with experience, it does seem to be quite a good position to be playing in. The breach as well, it makes it much more viable for the attackers, but it makes you use more utility as well. But personally, I think it's quite a good upgrade, and I think it's going to keep going.
Yeah, I like the change. I mean, the old method of attacking this used to be bring Thatcher Thermites, jump in through this window, take out the batteries that would be on this wall, open it up, plant behind bed, retreat back, and just keep a watch with someone out on the window while also watching for the run out from kitchen, service entrance and also the lobby door. Whereas now, like we say, you've got that extra dump of utility to just even get in this wall in the first place. And now as a defender, you can actually sit in here much safer, knowing that you can't just get shot through the window, and also you've got a whole load more room here behind the bookshelf to play with than you have previously, because of course it was much narrower before, whereas they've extended this out now and giving you a bit more room to flex around. So I think it's a good change. I think it's a good change. And nice that you can just repel or drop here now as well. There's one minor change that I think makes a huge difference to one bomb site. Cyclone on the Clash, eh? Do you like a Clash play pace?
I can't say I hate it. I can't say I hate it. You got to love a good Clash play, especially when they know what they're doing.
Not when you're playing against it. You don't. No.
no. You definitely don't. You hate it even more when they know what they're doing. But yeah.
We're getting a bandit trick here. That's going to get... Oh no, I thought it was baited by the thermite, but it's not. That's one exothermite charge lost. Clash just standing there watching and saying, hey, they're going for it. Get ready. Get ready. And all Rookie has to do is watch, or listen rather, and put it down at just the right time. Their shock drone just comes in like a little bumblebee and just gives a sting there to Looney, who's holding the long angle onto Billiards. And we've got Bandit just... Look at it. Apollo just stalled. Apollo need to make some plays here. Oh, beautiful work from Apollo. Thinker down below with the grenade, sets it off at just the right time and manages to take Bandit out of play. Beautifully done, beautifully done. They get that wall open. They've lost Thermite in the meantime, but he's done his job. He has done his job, and they can now just walk in and try to work out how they're going to get through the second hard wall without a hard breacher. You know, these things, it's just how it works. You think of these things, they come to you. Oh no, Tanjiro with a pick. Looking decent right now for AVR pace.
It's looking pretty solid in their favour as well. There's only a minute 15 left. Jaeger swinging over by 90s. I believe that is Hayden over in VIP. Stun's going to be going out. I don't think that's catching anything just yet. It's not going to be going for the swing. Never mind. But Jaeger's able to find that pick. That's Tanjiro taking the Nomad out of play. Fingers on the reverse repel now on double window. Oh, she got cams, I believe. Oh, yep, over by VIP as he takes one out. That's going to be Tanjiro gone as it's left with Clash and Wamina 2 versus 2. They know the position of Looney at the moment. That's going to be a triple kill for Lynard. That's going to be the Thinker finding yet another as the Clash is the last player left. Can't find the picks to take him out.
Oh, Cams is down from
Earth now. No!
Oh!
No! Just in the nick of time. Couldn't save his teammate though, but... Oh wow, that was something to behold.
You know, in all honesty, I thought that impact had taken out the second Apollo player as well. Didn't realise.
That's what I was thinking. Oh, much better round from Apollo though, especially the Thinker straight away. Finding the nade onto the Bandit, thinking the way around the situation. Gunfights seem to be much better. Couple of stupid plays, well by stupid I mean sort of through bodies a bit, but you sort of expect that from Apollo.
Yeah, this new Apollo's interesting. I mean, we all know, right, that Apollo spent a long time being so dominating in our leagues, and then just before Season 2 started of this league, I would say, their roster changed. They lost a few players. I think it was just as Season 2 started. They lost the likes of I Hit and Miss, Noticed, and those guys and girls. And they've just been a bit of a slump ever since. But this roster that they started putting together at the end of last season started to show some promise. And although they haven't won loads of games this season, I mean, we can pop up a reminder just up there on the top of the screen. Although they haven't had loads of success here this season, they have been a better looking team than they have been for Season 2 and 3, that's for sure. And I think if they stick at it, they can do great work. They've just had, unfortunately, they've gone up against the tougher competitors this season because of the Swiss system. It's matching teams up against similarly strength teams. So because Apollo won their first game and because they're a pro team, they ended up going against other pro teams that won their first game, which meant they played sync. So then they had a win and a loss, and then because again they were a pro team and they're seeding, they got put up against another strong team, which was Reborn, and it didn't go too well for them. So I don't know, but I think this is Apollo's chance. If they can't win this game, then to be fair, I think they're probably where they're supposed to be on the standings. I don't mean any disrespect to Avenger Gaming or to Apollo, but I think it's fair if they don't win this game. That's probably...
They're putting a strong effort, I will give them that.
Well, early pick, or first pick rather, is going to go to Apollo, leaving AVR one man down. Air jabs are going to go out to stop those to stop those flanks. We can see that Apollo here just checking every doorway for the for the EDDs after having lost a player to one in a previous round and knowing that Capcan is on the board again. Tanjiro knows there's a player in security. Cams is getting pinched from somewhere. He is in blue bar and he has taken a fair bit of damage trying to shoot this player through that bulletproof sofa. Yellow pings are going out to let his teammates know that there's one there. Stun grenades are going to try to blind him and blind him. I think he probably is blinded just a little bit, but they're not acting on that utility that's being spent on this player. He's managing to waste a lot of time, but Looney does eventually fall to the hands of Cams, who makes his way through, and Hayden's going to get one as well, and it's a 5 versus 2, and it's looking really good for Apollo right now, Mr. Pace.
Yes, it certainly is, and that's going to be Samu going down now on the Capcan. His utility's still out there. He's now got Cyclone going for the swing, but no! Taken out by the Iana right as he, the milliseconds after he swings the doorway. Great pick from both sides, but again, Apollo taking that round.
Yeah, so Apollo 4-2 up on Coastline, a map that is strongly considered as attacking sided, and the attackers have won it. I mean, let's take a look at stats from last season on this very map. So it's Cafe. I don't have today's on here. Hold on, bear with me. We will fix this. We will fix this stream. The one thing I forgot to do with my life, and it was set up the correct map. Coastline is what we want. Let's get the coastline stats. Here we go. That's it. We are ready. So once that disappears, we can bring up coastline. Here we are. Okay, so coastline.
Yeah.
Actually, from last season, 13% attacker favored and 87% defender favored last season, despite what everyone thinks about this map. It was a kind of a Freaky Friday situation in coastline last season. I think we only played it twice, to be fair, but this defense did really well. And this site, Hookah and Billiards, not been lost by defense at all last season. Not at all. Well, we played it twice here tonight by Avenger Gaming, and it was won by attack just 50% of the time. So already Avenger doing better than last season's stats. Now as the side switch, what are you expecting to see from Apollo here, Mr. Pace?
I'm going to go with the confidence that they've got at the moment. I'm going to go for a bit of a swinging play. Saying that, we've got Cams downstairs. For some reason, even though, the defending Hookah and Billards, over by main lobby, because why not? Going for a spawn peek.
Well, you got to take your chances. You got to take your chances.
You got it, yeah.
Get that early lead, right?
But yeah, I think a more aggressive sort of swinging play, aggressive plays. That's what I'm expecting for Apollo at the moment on the second half.
So we have two players on the attack droning out. We have Looney and Tanjiro on the drone game. Rookie just pushing in based on intel, just swinging all over the place with Zyklon holding the long angle here. He's playing the support role, the frag support role. He's just going to hold that tight little angle up onto that window. Whereas Samu is already downstairs, just still running around trying to clear the bottom floor. Red pings are going out. He knows there's a player in lobby. We see one heading upstairs, but there is still another one there, and they don't know that Samu is there. Samu's going to get that pick and take out Hayden. Now that's unfortunate because Hayden is a strong fragger for Apollo. Not doing brilliantly in this game, but he is a strong fragger typically. The quick answer back from Jay got booted as Tanjiro is taken out of commission. That's no more air jabs, no more flank denial being sent out here by Avenger Gaming. We've got one player up here in the penthouse as Jay's going to take a whole load of damage on Cool Vibes. He's pulled his way back and is holding the hookah balcony with AVR Looney just running around outside. Rookie claims one of his own and takes the lead for Avenger Gaming. 4 versus 3 now, 1 minute and 20 seconds still left to go. Let's get an overview of what these teams are likely to be trying here.
So yeah, I think main thing is at the moment the VIP push, well, the East push is probably the main focus at the moment for Avenger. You've got the one player, I believe that is Rookie. And it's now going to be 2 actually. I believe Samu's now rotating over. But yeah, it's going to be a split push. They need to find another frag to sort of secure this round, or secure this round in an ideal way. Never mind though. This is going to be a refrag as I think that's Leonard. Leonard skirts. Finds one. It's going to be Oryx finding another. It's now going to be a 3 versus 3. 30 seconds left on the clock. Rookie, quite low on HP, but so is Jay now. It's going to be down and taken out by Looney over by VIP. Still sitting on this angle. Quite a good angle to hold, but there's only 20 seconds left of the round. Rookie, as I said, quite low HP. He's going to be down by the first shot that hits him. Samu is going to be the star player at the moment for Avenger. He needs to try and make something happen.
With only 10 seconds left to go, we've got the Ash Breacher rounds going out. Rookie has managed to pick up the diffuser, and we are going to get a default plant attempt here if he can get there in time. Rookie is in. He is starting to plant, but he's all on his own, and Belusi is going to come round and manage to get that kill and put another one there for Apollo as they take the lead now. Well, let's say take the lead now. They had the lead already, but they're even more in the lead with a 5-2 at the end of that round. How do you feel about that one?
I think more than anything, it was kind of against what I was thinking. Yeah, you know how I said, they'd have the really aggressive gameplay, they'd just be going for the swings. That wasn't really what I saw there. You had the couple roamers, don't be wrong. You know, roamers always helpful. Bit unnecessary sometimes, but you know, you have them, you don't. But sort of when you got to middle bits at round, they played really passive. I thought they sort of just sat deep in sight, sat on vibes, don't get me wrong, holding angles, and it worked for them. It's pretty good gameplay, but compared to what I was expecting, that was exactly the opposite.
It was an interesting one, that's for sure. I mean, the numbers were whittled away of AVR, and just the last 2 players left on Apollo, just there, just chilling, just waiting, buying time. Old Apollo would have just run out, tried to get the kills, but new Apollo, a little bit more sensible than that, and just sat back, chilled, waited, managed to get those picks, buying that time, waiting until the very last moment when you know that, you know, once it hits 0-0 and the timer, or the game rather, isn't over, you know the plant's going down, you're in control of one site, you know exactly where the plant's going to be in the other site, and sure enough, it just allowed Slams or Leonards to just move in, finish it off, and that's it for Apollo. That's all she wrote. As they get very, very close to match point now. They just need to win 1 round and they will be on match point. What kind of attack do you want to see come out from Avenger here as we go to kitchen and service pace? Because we haven't seen them attack this yet.
No, it's not. I mean, because of, you know, you'd be standardly expecting either, like we said, like we've seen earlier, an office push, or the sort of standard VIP push, get the vertical and claim and whatnot. Service. That is what we're seeing at the moment, and quite frankly, I think that's what I'd want them to see. Even though it now requires much more to sort of barge your way through, to use brute force to get through, it's still quite an off-putting thing for the defenders. You don't really want to have to go against these lot upside down, repelled on a window or a doorway. It's quite disappointing. It's quite annoying as well. So I'd expect most likely a service push.
Yeah, I talked earlier about the changes to coastline and how there's just one change on the map that's a small change makes a difference. But I forgot, of course, that you can no longer plant here in the entrance. You actually have to push all your way through. And you can castle barricade this doorway now. You've got the window that's got no bars on it. And you've got this wall here, which has been reinforced by Apollo. Now, personally, for me, I like to open that wall up because, of course, as a defender, what I want to do is I want to try and just stroll in and get a plant as close to this double doorway as possible. And having that wall here stop, or at least with feet holes in it, allows you to spot that plant and take it out from the lobby or somewhere else. So I'm not sure I agree with the reinforcement, but it is what it is as we see Slams get taken down and we're left in a 5 versus 4. With 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go, 6 drones left in the pockets of Avenger Gaming to use to their advantage. Let's see what they are going to do with it. There is a trade and Zyklon gets taken out of play, and that's the 4 versus 4. We can see that there is a attacker somewhere near the lobby area. It looked like the outline. Yeah, there he is. He's just outside the doorway on drones, getting ready to make his push, and he's going to apply some more pressure to that Rooney and give the pings to his teammates.
So yeah, lobby push, it seems to be the way forward for the attacks at the moment. Try and get some more... Well, wow. Ulysses, you know, now downed. Probably going to be taken out quite soon. Never mind, he's over into sight. I believe that's by vertical. You've also got Jay got booted, taking quite a hefty bit of damage, and Avenger now sort of securing their lead in this round. One pick's going to be found. That's going to be Ulysses taken out. That's the Jaeger gone, as he's also going to be spotting another player over in service. So I think that was actually Deep Kitchen. But now going to be trying to make a push through. There's one player on that reinforced wall between site. As his team's going to be pushing over by main lobby and one over by Pink Bar. Pretty spread out push at the moment, but it's what you want to be seeing. There's only 12 seconds left. They need to try and make something happen. Samu's finding another. As Cams and Hayden are left in a 2 versus 4. It's not impossible. One's to be found, but it's going to be triple kill for Samu. As a Nomad finds the last pick, and Apollo. Not Apollo, sorry. ABR finding yet another round. Bringing back this lead. Shortening the lead, sorry, that Apollo have at the moment.
That was an interesting buttock clenching last few seconds because they left the diffuser outside. They had one player outside the lobby double doors, just standing on the diffuser, and then just he ran into lobby to chase after his teammates with 15 seconds to go, but didn't take the diffuser with him. So they had no choice but to play for those kills. And they got lucky that they managed to get them. If Apollo had managed to hold out that time, then they would have had a win. They had a 4 versus 2. They could have just had someone pick up that diffuser, walk into kitchen while the rest of the players were just going in, just taking, just taking names and killing people off and get that plant to make sure they secure that win. But instead, they played a very risky game by walking in with no diffuser and just hoping that they could get those last 2 kills in time. An interesting choice. I don't know if that was on purpose, but it worked out for them, right, Pace? So who are we to comment?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, if it works,
they won the round.
Yeah. Their goal was to win the round. They did it. You can say it wasn't good, but they did their goal. They got their goal. So yeah, it is what it is. They got away with it. Fair play to them. Kitchen and service, yet again. Do you think we'll see the same thing, or do you think we'll see something a bit different?
Most likely a different push. If not, AVR probably expecting to lose this round then, because you see the service push every now and then. Because with this new rework, the service push is so unreliable. It's so out of play. You wouldn't expect it. That's what I was expecting them to do, just to sort of throw Apollo off. But I think now that they've sort of established that and it's worked for them, they're going to try and go for something else, go for a more standard push.
Yeah. And as I talked about earlier, of course, you do have the additional issue now that you can't just plant in the doorway. You've got to make your way in. We've still got that reinforcement, though. We do have an ADS there. I don't know. I mean, it is tricky to plant there because you've got a doorway. You need to make sure you're cleared over here and you're covering your angles. But you can come in and just sort of sit in this corner and you're kind of safe from the rotate. You just have to make sure you've got someone in that doorway and you're kind of good to get the plant down. Oh, no. Zyklon from... What? Was that through the window?
What?
No, it's from the hatch. From the hatch. Through the floor. Down into the bathroom and he got the pick. Beautiful work.
Beautiful. Wow. As another comes out, Zyklon finds the second of that round. That's going to be Hayden now taken out on the Mossy. Air jab's now going down. There is one roamer, I believe that's Vigil, right next to him over in Billiards. Sitting, not even with ability on, just sort of sitting in that corner waiting for someone to swing. He's got to play safe, got to have good trigger discipline. But it's not looking great at the moment as Zyklon finds a triple. He's on for the ace at the moment. As Vigil's going to be going over now for the swings. I think that drone's just spotted him.
Here's one. Oh, that's diffuser. That's huge.
One! Yes, that is diffuser as well. That is not what you want to be seeing.
I think it's been picked up already, to be fair. It has, because there was a player there.
That makes sense, but that's still going to be quite a good pick. That's sort of re-establishing what AVR are. They want to find these picks. They want to take this round. Because keep in mind, it's 5-3, and after one more round, Apollo are going to be going to overtime. Overtime? Match point.
We are going to get Vigil now making a rotate around. He's going to try and defend from above. Now, this is the problem with Vigil playing up here, is that he's left all his teammates to die and has leaving himself in a 2 versus 4. But he is going to drop at the hands of Looney, and that means the plant is going to be successful as Ulysses is going to manage to fool Zyklon, but it's a post plant. He knows where one player is, and he's not even going to manage to take out the player who is laid on the floor like a little slug here, right outside the bathroom. Just sits there. And then he's going to give a cheeky teabag at the end of it. So Avenger Gaming do put another one in the win column for themselves with the post plant, so fair play to them. And they're starting to even things out a bit, and we're getting a close game here, Pace. I think we're...
Yeah, we are.
we're on track for an overtime, or like you said, well, it's going to be at least a 7-4 now, right? Or a 7-5.
Yeah, at least
yeah.
at least 7-4. So yeah, again, you know, they're both pretty evenly ranked teams. Don't get me wrong. AVR has come up from Challenger League, I believe, and Apollo sort of just remained within Pro League in the sort of middle to bottom section of the leaderboards. But they've stayed there and they've held their own. So I can't say that they're bad. Again, close game. I was expecting it to be close. Both pretty, I want to say evenly ranked. I can't really say that though because one's been in Pro League for what, four seasons.
All 4 seasons.
But yeah, all 4 seasons. And the other one's sort of just come up now from Challenger League. This is their first season in, and they've not won a game yet. But again, close game. I can't say who's going to win. I can't say either of them are better than the other, but we'll see.
Is that a Wind Bastion Kaid I see there? Is that Wind Bastion?
Oh. I can't.
Oh, Jay.
No.
Are you
Jay.
sure? Are you sure?
I can't tell.
I think that is. That's Bastion Legs.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like Bastion Legs or something.
Oh, well, let's see if AVR have anything to say about it. We'll see if they have anything to say. Of course, here, you know, skins are banned, but it's down to teams to protest. Reason being is because it's so difficult for admins or viewers to catch every single skin. The problem is you'll get some, and you'll say, you know, you'll make a judgment, and then someone else will get away with it because they haven't spotted it, and they'll say, oh, but you know, you didn't let this other team get away with it. Well, yeah, because I saw that one, I didn't see this one. So just leave it to teams to protest. It's just the easier way. Right, what are we looking for here as we go to Hookah and Billiards?
Well, at the moment, just seems to be a hookah push at the moment. That's what I wouldn't say I was expecting it, but that's what it seems to be. I think that's Zyklon. I think it's either on Rappel or on drones. Again, both of them being quite helpful, being honest. You got quite a lot of droning at the moment. That's one thing I've constantly noticed. As Samu's going to be able to find the first, that's going to be the vigil taken out. As they're going to be droning out the Jaeger over on 5s. 4v5 now for Apollo in favour of AVR. So, Cam's just holding this angle. No one's going to be pushing in there, as you do have a player, I believe that is Ace, over on Hookah balcony. Sort of sitting in this corner here, I've seen this play quite a lot. Window behind him's getting shot up.
Ham's just laid on the floor just for ages. Like, doors opening behind him, doesn't care. He's holding that angle.
That's one pick's going to be now found. I believe that was Cam's. Yep, and that's going to be another. As AVR going to be refragging the pick just previously stated. Cam's, Hayden and Ulysses left in a 3 versus 4. It's still pretty reasonable for both sides at the moment. 1:15 left for the attackers to get in and get the plant down.
Diffuser is out in the open though. It's just dropped down here off of that window, so we're going to need to save VR. Well, they might not need to go for it. They should go for it, but will they go for it is the question. We've got Ulysses and Paul Vibes going to drop down below. We've got this default player here on the wall getting taken out. And Ulysses is left with pretty much no HP. He's going to manage to take down 1. He's still got to find 2 more. Diffuser is going to get picked up now by Samu. So you can see a player just up above there due to the outlines. And we're going to have Ulysses waiting very patiently for a default plant here. But he needs to make sure he doesn't shoot too early to give away the fact that he's there, forcing AVR to go somewhere else and plant. Sure enough, they're going to go all the way over here because they know exactly where Ulysses is as he makes his way up. Plant is going to be successful. 1 versus 2 post-plant. And it's looking very, very difficult for Apollo right now. I think we're going to see an equalizer right here. Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Well.
Wow.
5-5.
We've gone from, what was it, 5-3, 5-2?
It was a 4-2 as we came into next half, and it was 5-2. Yeah, so they've come back with 3 in a row to even it out. Hookah and Billiards, the next site is going to be the 1. And whatever happens, we're going to see at least 2 more rounds get played. So you're right, it's either going to be a 7-5 or we're going to have an overtime. And Apollo do not want an overtime. They need to shut this down in regulation. Yep. So this is big for Apollo right now. This is big for Apollo. 6th pick of rookie from Maverick onto Iana. Do you like Iana, Pace?
I don't mind her, personally. I mean, don't get me wrong, after the nerf of her losing a 1.5, I wasn't the biggest. Was it 1.5?
I'm not sure.
I believe it was.
Wasn't a huge
I think it was 1.5. It was either 1.5 or 2.5. No, it was 2 times. She lost a 2-time sight, and I wasn't too pleased about that, but she's still a pretty viable operator. Her gun, don't get me wrong, amazing. Ability, amazing. You've got nades as well. Decent secondary with the gun 6 as well, so still quite powerful up, still quite good up. Yeah.
I like Yana. She's a good operator. Yeah, I don't play her much, but she is good to play. There's a lot of operators now, and it's very tricky to know who you want to play each time you enter a game. You sit there sort of like, oh, what do I want to play? It depends if you're playing for fun, right? Or if you've got a 5-man stack and something set in your mind, I guess. But, you know, for me playing in ranked or unranked or whatever, it's like, no, I just don't know who to go, and I'll just pick something for the fun of it. But she is good. She is good. Now, these are some standard strategies being set up. Standard reinforcement, standard rotate, standard quad wall reinforcements, standard hole on default plant, standard holes below here in case someone tries to plant by the middle wall. Look at this. The problem is, they always say it, right? Pace, holes work both ways. So it's great for the attack, or the defense rather, to have these lines of sight. But the problem is, and we saw this against Reborn, where Jay came in as Ash under here and shot up through one of these holes and managed to take down a Reborn player. You've got to watch out for that sort of thing. It's great to be able to see the players down below, but they can see you too, and you have to be very careful of that. And there we go. There's holes getting spotted by Rookie, as Looney's going to drone as well. 2 players on drones, 3 players getting ready to act on that intel, as there is a player actually standing here inside Sunrise, and he's getting ready to get the pick onto anyone that walks through. Drone is going to find him, but Slams is going to find the head of Samu before the drone can give any intel. 5 versus 4 now, as Apollo take the lead in this round. 2 minutes left to go on the clock. Quad wall getting opened up from the roof by Mr. Ace. Oh no! Slams gets slammed into the floor by Zyklon as he tries to rotate and just gets dropped as he gets into VIP. F in the chat for Mozzie. We will have no more of him running around. And he's doing well right now for Apollo. 11 and 7. He's actually the only one that's like a genuine positive KD. I say that because Ulysses is on 8-8, which is positive technically, but yeah, it's not. It's not like a proper positive, right? Pace is not a proper one.
You've got to have, you can't have a 1.0. You've got to have more than that.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. All right, so 4 versus 4. 1 minute 15 left to go. What do you want to see coming out here from Avenger Gaming to turn this around and take the lead for the first time?
More than anything, I want to see a pick. That is sort of the main objective at the moment. Ace has got the walls open over on quad. Either that, or they're just going to they just need to try and find a way to get in. Aquaside being the main objective. Rookie with the nade.
That's huge.
And I can't say I was disappointed.
That's big plant denial off the board. We still have Maestro though with that powerful Alder who can swing round and get the kills, as he does manage to get that one on the window, and he's starting to bring things back a little bit, but Apollo are still at a disadvantage here when it comes to Mancow. We've got one in Hookah, and we've got Jay just in phase, reloading his big old gun. Thank you very much for the follow. Save Abjays. I don't know if that's exactly how we're saying it. But going to use that Maestro cam to try and get the information. He knows they're going for the plant. Jay is going to swing it. Jay swinging round. He manages to get one. Plant is going to be successful, though, as he doesn't manage to get any more. Zyklon is down, though. And Cam's just going to get that pick. And he's going to get that diffuser. He's going to look very carefully for any claymores or anything like that. Going to put a little smiley on the wall. And the big nose, like a big clown nose.
Oh, gotta love it.
All right, Polo. Fair play to Cams. Fair play to Cams.
The chances.
Yeah, I like that.
The chances staying in.
That was a great one. First play to Cams. Fair play to Cams, rather. Apollo go onto match point. They just need to win one more, and they get that coveted 3 points. Oh.
Oof, been a long game. We're getting there. We're getting there too.
We're almost there. We've almost made it. Kitchen and service. Last site. We've seen this site played twice by Apollo, and this is standard Apollo. We've seen them play 2 sites this whole map, which is very disappointing. We like to see a bit of versatility, but 2 sites. They've played kitchen and service twice, and they haven't won it once. So they've just got to win on hookah and billiards, and they're going to go back to a site they've lost twice, because one would assume that they just haven't practiced any other sites and have no strats, and this is all they've got. I think this is a misplay Well, if they don't have any strats for another site, then it's not a misplay. Obviously, they're doing all they can. But I think as a team, you need to have setups for more than 2 sites. You have to be prepared. If you're only set up for 2 sites, Pace, in my opinion, you're saying to me that you don't intend on winning any more than 1 site in a row because you don't think you're ever going to go to a 3rd site. It sort of suggests you don't have the confidence. I don't know. But
to an extent, yeah, I agree. To an extent, I mean, you can't always say that a team's not really looking to expand out or that they don't have the strats.
No.
But then again, you kind of are. If that makes sense.
You got to be ready, right? You're coming into this to compete.
You got to at least be ready. Because you're getting battered on those 2 sides. You got to at least be able to switch it up a bit.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to have that thing that you can just pull out the back pocket and say, all right, let's play this card, and we will trump you guys, and we will at least win 1 round. But it's going to be tricky because Jay got booted somehow, I assume, by a rogue impact grenade whilst making a rotate here. Has taken almost half of it, well, just over half his health. Oh, Hayden's losing a bit as well. Hayden getting tickled by someone outside. Going to set up that Saria gate to slow down a push, but Hayden could be in trouble here. Could be in trouble. As Avenger Gaming, at least when it comes to health, have the advantage already in this matchup, and they haven't even made it to the building yet.
So about that health advantage too.
Yeah, it doesn't matter too much now, really, but yeah. All right, so Samu pushing in through hookah, making his way along the hallway, but there's no one else upstairs, I don't think. We do have a completely clear top floor, whether Avenger Gaming realize it or not. Utility is going to be opening up holes above all the default anchoring positions as Avenger Gaming try to clear enough of a path for them to be able to make their way into sight and get a plant, or just frag out like they've tried to do for a few games. Hey, welcome to the stream, Jinx. Thanks for coming back. And thank you for the follow, Rutar, as well. So, Pace. 1.5 minutes. Avenger Gaming need to make some plays. What are we looking for? Oh, there's one play.
Looking for, as I was about to say, we're looking for a frag, but we've just seen that, and that is the Maestro as well, so that's going to be quite an influential pick. That's going to be their main sort of plant denial just now taken out, as another pick's going to be found. Now, Apollo's still in quite an offensive, quite a good position, quite an aggressive, quite an offensive position. They've got this ability to hold angles. Not much soft destruction in play at the moment. Ash charges, most likely gone, and the breach charges are gone as well, but they have been used at least. So, oh, never mind. Samu taken out now, as it's left up to Looney and Tanjiro in a 4 versus 2 with 50 seconds left in the clock. It's going to be a triple kill for Cams. You know it's happening. Looney taking a little bit of damage on Apollo. They need to win this round, but no! Looney somehow finding that pick. As Cams just missing a shot. They can't throw it away now, but they go, oh, they are, that's the issue. As Looney's finding another pick, there's still 30 seconds left. There's still quite a lot of possibility, but no! As I was about to say it, Hayden swinging around over by main stairs and finding that pick. And that's going to be Apollo solidifying their spot against automatic relegation.
Yeah. New Apollo roster, but almost classic Apollo issues there with going for the last kills.
Apollo wins 7-5.
So yeah, that is it. That's the last game for both Avenger and Apollo of season 4, I believe.
Indeed, yes, it is. They aren't going to playoffs. They're not going to make it there. So that was their last game.